Good morning. Welcome to the CBS AM debrief this Tuesday, the 5th of October. I'm David Combe, just coming up towards 9 a.m. here, and looking at overnight markets. The worst session out of the US in nearly a month after downgrades hit several sectors that heightened concerns with investors about upcoming corporate results. So let's go and take a look at exactly what happened. The Dow ended up down 78 points, which is not the sort of number that we've seen for a while. The S&P 500 was down 9.2, or slightly more in percentage terms, to 0.80%, and Nasdaq 1.1%, or 26 points. FTSE didn't fare much better, down 36 points. And the DAX, worst of the lot actually, down 1.24. The Nikkei was off 23 on the close of yesterday. And the SPY at the moment is pointing down 24 points to 4,614. So it's looking like at this stage we'll shake off the worst of the lead there, but I guess we'll see what happens. Move over now to have a look at what's happening in the commodity space with West Texas down at 77.92. That was up 0.06 or 6 cents. And coffee at 185 3/4, down 3.2. Corn 505, up 5. Cotton 101.24, down 4. Oats at 335, down 2.5. Rough rice at 12.42 was down 14, and soy at $10.99, down 11 cents. Sugar at 24.93, down 36.36. Wheat at 683.5, down 1 1/4, and wool at $9.20 per kilo was even. Copper at 365.20, down 0.95. And gold holding above 1,300 at 13.11 and 30 cents, which was up $1. Silver at 21.93, down 0.022. And looking at the currency pairs, the US dollar was buying the euro is buying 13626 US dollars. Pound 1.5798, and the US dollar is buying 83.7580 yen. The Aussie is buying 96.90 US dollars, and the US dollar is buying 1.0322 Canadian, and finally US dollar is buying 0.9770 Swiss francs. Let's take a look at our daily calendar. We had these US data out at midnight last night, which was relating to factory orders and home sales. The actual figure there was down 0.05, previous 0.04, and forecast 0.04 and previous 0.05 up. The housing sales numbers were better than expected, at 4.3 per month on month, and the year-on-year figure was 18.4. Got Japanese rates decision, which is expected to stay at 0.1%, and we've also got the RBA announcing our rates. That's due out around 1:30. That's expected to be bumped up 0.25%, 4.75. up from 4.5. Then out of Switzerland, we have some CPI month-on-month and year-on-year data. Expected to be in line with expectations there. And then out of Europe, German Purchasing Manager Index Services and Composite Index Services there. And out of the UK as well. And then finally, Eurozone retail sales month-on-month for August. Let's take a look now at some of the markets that we can look at in the Falcon. This is our local market, and we're still putting in this work around this 4600 level, and it's starting to my eye at least, look more and more likely that this will retrace back down to one of these levels here. It's a bit hard to suggest at this point exactly where, and I guess we're subject to the global headwinds or tailwinds, as the case might be, particularly coming into this volatile, traditionally volatile month. Looking now at the Aussie dollar, not looking so much like an Aussie battler at all. So 96.76, so we have retraced here very slightly in the last couple of trading sessions, but nothing to suggest that trend is broken. Now, for those of you that have been following the cotton warrant, well, I know that I mentioned that last week that we had one that we'd issued. That's gone spectacularly well and done exactly what we'd hoped it would do. So we got in something above the 100 level. Not exactly sure what, but we only needed a couple of cents there to the downside to exit that trade for quite a reasonable profit. You don't know what that figure is yet, but I will in the next little while. So those clients that got on board there, I can expect to get a nice return on their money in the space of, I think it was a little less than a week. Okay, take a look now at gold and see if we can figure out what we might expect there. Again, no reason to suspect we've got a breaking of the trend. We're now in clear air, so there's no reason to think that we have any historical levels of support or resistance to guide us. So to my eye, that will just continue until such point as it runs out of puff and retraces. I'm going to leave it there for today. Thanks as always for your attention. Bye for now.